ELI5 How do schizophrenic people hear voices? Is it like somebody actually speaking to them or just different thoughts? I hear them right next to me. It's real voices I believe to be real, sometimes whispering or humming. Things like that. They can be quite hostile and other times comment on anything I do when in psychosis. Most hallucinations come in the form of sensory inputs, so they often believe they hear it in their ears. Many understand it's not real due to the fact only they hear it, but it's a conflict about reality. Sometimes the voices have conversations in my head. And #X200B. It's like a mixture of feeling like you have telepathic powers, while being aware that you're mentally ill, if you're lucky. Some PPL are not aware of what's going on, so they think they are using telepathic powers. I am not schizophrenic, but I do get auditory hallucinations. If there is some white noise in the background, my brain will carve out some frequencies and I will hear a song playing mixed in the noise. It's not at all like having a song running through your head. I'll walk around the house trying to figure out where the music is coming from, only to realize it isn't really there, and I'll still be hearing it. You ever walk into a dark room and see a shape that looks like a person and then freak out and then calm down when you realize that it's just a lamp that somebody moved? It's kind of like that, but with hearing rather than seeing. There are a few studies on this. One I remember reading is that they are actually thoughts, but the disease removes the ability of the person suffering to identify it as self-produced, and as a result here it is voices. I will try to find it later and post one of them. They are not caused by external stimuli, as someone here suggested. Play a video game called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Devs did such a good job portraying psychosis, there's a sequel in the works. Play with headphones if you can too. I watched a simulation on YouTube of what it's like to have schizophrenia. It was very informative for understanding what happens during an episode. I have mega respect for people with this and are also living their everyday life. Every day. I think the real voice and hallucination voice can be differentiated. I live in the part of the world where schizophrenia is considered God's gift. The patient can differentiate who are the real people and who are the ones only he can see and hear. I think some of it might be what most people consider internal monologue, but it's corrupted where there's malicious source of information. Imagine that you use your own internal monologue to reason about the choices you've made or are about to make, but it works against you. You can't effectively reason against it because it is what you use to reason. Many mental illnesses take some kind of form of this. Schizophrenic people have it in even worse form. Have you ever had that you could have sworn that someone called you but no one did? It's basically that. My sister reports 4 major voices that speak to her. She said they are like someone just out of sight talking about stuff. 2 of the voices have visible bodies. When she is on her meds properly, the voices only whisper and she can't really make out what they are saying. When she is off her meds, anything goes. She's been diagnosed with multiple mental health issues. This video suggests, and so do the comments, that it mimics what an individual with schizophrenia hears. I do not have schizophrenia. https u2.be/afdkxawcqmve You hear them as clear as someone standing a few inches from you speaking at a regular volume. Sometimes. Other times it may be more of an impulse with a voice. It's strange how that works. For me it's mostly thoughts and sometimes a whisper on something I'm insecure about to make me go crazy. I read an article. Found it. https://technology/2016/03/schizophrenia-and-subvocal-people-with-schizophrenia-here- The Voices of God Spies and Supernatural Entities, HTML, in which it was found that the voices are subvocalization. Like the narrator voice you hear when you read. The brain is firing the nerve signals to the tongue, mouth to speak. IOW, it's their own voice. Just not out loud. Not schizophrenic. But I've had lucid dreams where it honestly sounded like two sportcasters talking over my head. I hear voices clearly most of the time. Sometimes it will be an actually indecipherable whispering or mumbling that my brain forces into what I expect to hear. I deal with extreme paranoia and psychosis. I'll hear two people 100 feet away from me clear as day planning to hurt me. I know that what I hear isn't real. It doesn't matter. Regardless of how well my logical brain knows what I hear is in my head. I can't control how I feel about it. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.